John Worboys' life revolved around sex. This was him performing a full Monty routine with fellow male strippers. His all-female audience were encouraged to join him on stage. On such nights of innocent, if adult fun, none of these women could have known they were uncomfortably close to one of Britain's most dangerous sex predators. This was another of Worboys' sidelines, appearing in a porn movie, a degrading film which left little to the imagination. When he wasn't performing, John Worboys was luring young women into his taxi, drugging them and molesting them. For years, Worboys drove a black London cab, a symbol of safe travel, especially for single women late at night. John Worboys targeted women who had clearly been drinking, offering them a cheap ride home. But once they were in the back of his cab, he told them he'd just won a lot of money. He offered them a drink to help him celebrate, but those drinks had been spiked, and some of his victims woke up to find him molesting them. One victim had just left this nightclub in Leicester Square. She'd been drinking, she was almost broke, and she had to get home to Essex.
We hadn't got out of the West End, and the gentleman told me that he'd had a good day at the races with some friends, won some money, and he asked me if I wanted to help celebrate with him. He offered me champagne, whiskey, vodka, the lot, and I had a can of Diet Coke, and just started drinking. I was drinking that, and he was telling me that about basically how he'd been at the offices. I really do think my drink was spiked, 100%. I know what feeling drunk is like, and I wasn't drunk. I felt very disorientated, felt very vulnerable.
During the journey, Worboys stopped the cab to use a toilet.
And that's when he actually got into the side of the cab and he had a glass of champagne flute of champagne and said he wanted to celebrate, and sort of got quite cosy on the back of the seat. And I just said to him, "This ain't effing right, I want to go home." I'm not a very religious person, but someone was definitely looking down on me that day, because I think I'd gone through the same ordeal that some of the other girls had gone through. I don't know how I would have coped, and I just really do feel for them. I think he's a pig, if I'm honest.
Another victim, who did not want to be identified, said Worboys offered her money for sex.
He pulled up the car and he said, "Well, how about 2,000? And I thought maybe he's serious. And I got a bit scared, so I said, no, I just want you to take me home now."
During the trial, the jury was told that Worboys slipped sedatives such as temazepam into the drinks he offered his passengers. One woman said she accepted what she thought was an ecstasy tablet. At Worboys' home, police found damning evidence of his ploy. The money he said he'd won, the booze he gave his victims, and what detectives called his toolkit: drugs, condoms, cigarettes and other things that enabled him to carry out his sex attacks. Police praised the bravery of victims who gave evidence and appealed for others to come forward.
I want to thank all 14 women that gave evidence in the Crown Court over the past 8 weeks. Their bravery and their integrity is beyond any doubt. Finally, there may be some women who have had experience with Mr. Worboys who have not yet reported that matters to the police. I request that they do so.
Detectives have identified 85 of Worboys' victims. They believe there could be hundreds more.